Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's the day after Storm Otto and back out this time on a wild camp in the Terra laser compact all season 2. There's a bit of a lull in the winds now, which hopefully that's going to remain the case, but if it picks up later, the tent we're in today is a 4-season tent, so it should be a good test for it if anything. I was really pleased at how the Fjallraven tent performed on the last camp, albeit we were in a campsite. There was some really strong buffeting, gusty winds, so apologies for the audio. I'm on the GoPro until we get to the campsite, then I'll get the better camera out, so just bear with. Got a nice walk up, nothing too technical. I'm just going to enjoy it, take in the scenery and show you some sights along the way. So we'll crack on and get to our campsite. I've deployed the walking poles. I don't use these very often. I'm not really, like I say, I'm not a fan. I just never use them. I take them sometimes when I've got a tent which needs them for pitching. So if anyone in the comments uses walking poles and can tell me about the benefits, I know briefly, to give you a bit of extra sort of push, bit of thrust when you're walking forwards, help you with your stability. If anyone knows, is a bit of a walking pole expert, I'm not. Let me know how high you set them. I've kind of got them so that my arms are like 90 degrees, my forearms are 90 degrees to the ground. So hopefully that's right, but they're just giving me a little bit of stability. I've got them, so why not use them? So yeah, let me know on that one. Max wind speed now 14.5 miles an hour, still nothing whatsoever really for the tent I'm using. I'm hoping to get protected where I'm pitched, so we'll see. We'll press on and hope the rain stays off. I think we found our pitch. It's lovely ground, lovely mossy grass, and although it's exposed, the wind's not too bad. There's lots of rocks along the shore of this water, and I'm going to get some of them later on and just shore up the pegging points. So yeah, it's a bit of a damp, miserable day. This drizzle's been non-stop basically on the hike up here, but I'm really hungry. Got to get the shelter set up, get somewhere dry, a nice dry shelter, and I'll get something for lunch and we'll just relax. But what an idyllic spot, and absolutely no one here. You can't beat it when that happens. We've managed to get the tent pitched. I'm sorry about the wind noise. We're going to get in a minute, get dry hopefully. The wind is it's been some really strong gusts. I've turned it on just in the last couple of minutes and it's only topping out at 18.7. We've had a lot stronger than that, and you'll see throughout the video, hopefully, if the winds pick up, I'll capture that too. But it's a nice sort of low profile design. It's nice and low to the ground. Got lots of tie out points, anchor points. Got the guys to the longest extent possible. Found a bit of ground where I could get a bit of purchase where it wasn't rocky. We've got them nicely tightened. I'll make a few tweaks later on It's not the perfect pitch, it never is when you're outdoors, because you never get flat ground. And as you can see, I'm on this bit of sloping ground, but it's kind of the flattest pitch I could find where I could get the pegs in. So there's been a lot of trial and error on this one. It was time to get back, it was time to get in the tent. We've got a few beers and yeah, some nice food. I'll hopefully warm up, and I'm hoping for, you know, a good night's sleep as far as possible. Well, here we are, hunkered down in the AS2. I'm just going to relax for a bit. I'm not going to do anything. I've got some peanuts just to eat. I'm going to keep an eye on the weather. This lovely window on the world. You know, you can just see the squally bands of rain and wind blowing toward me. And we've got this nice, yeah, nice tent just to shelter in. We've just got the two on this one. We've got Faith, which you'll have seen before, but this one, it's a new one. Drum roll, Running with Scepters, India Pale Lager. I don't know what an India Pale Lager is. I know what an India Pale Ale is. We'll just try this first one. Oh, it smells really dry. It's nice and hoppy. Really hoppy. If you're not into your hops, you won't like that one. And I'm going to sit and enjoy this mature cheddar whilst looking out, taking in the views. I just enjoyed a nice warming drink, warm myself up a little bit, get some fluids back into me, and I was hoping to get out and take a few photos of the tent, get a few shots from outside, but these showers keep blowing in. It's literally, you know, every sort of minute or so. Just don't get a chance. So some of the gusts are starting to pick up. I keep trying to record them, but by the time it's happened, you know, you stick the wind meter outside the tent, it dies down again. So it's sod's law. It's around, well, it's exactly 10 past 5 now, so going to give it another half an hour or so, 20 minutes maybe, and then get some water build up, and we'll have our evening meal, we'll have our last beer. But it's nice just watching the light fade on the fells, and, you know, just being inside the tent, nice and cosy. You absolutely can't beat this. just before I put the water in, real ingredients, real proper food. These, they're expensive, but in this case you get what you pay for. Absolutely gorgeous. So 8 minutes on this one. Make sure it's sealed properly, get the warmth off it. It is very hot, so exercise caution. Put it between your legs if you want. Get a nice warm. And when that's doing its thing, we're going to open the last beer. The smell of that is absolutely, yeah, so nice. You can smell all the herbs and spices in there. Really, it's like a home cooked meal. If you haven't had one, and I know it's the price, you'd be like, what the hell? Trust me on it, just try it. So let's try. Oh, what do you mean let's try it? What am I talking about? I've had loads. Faith, because we've always got to have faith, haven't we? Oh. Smells divine. That's such a nice beer. Lovely hazy IPA. So I'm going to wait for that to do its thing and then get straight into it. So I'll just try and show you some of this so you've got an idea of the texture, what it looks like. But chunks of beef, carrot, potatoes, all the vegetables in there, you know, real food, and it tastes absolutely gorgeous. So in my mind, it's definitely worth the price, and I have bought this myself, just in case you're wondering. I wish I got these for free. Absolutely, I think this is one of my favourites. It's up there with the reindeer stew, but I'm going to enjoy that in peace, drink my beer and relax for a bit, and I'll speak to you later on before we go lights out. Well, it's picking up, folks. 18.7, and that was a decent gust, and that is, in inverted commas, only 24.1 miles an hour. That's the max wind speed it records. I'll keep that, I won't turn it off. We'll see if we can top that. But, you know, again, structurally fine, but fair weather camping is a little bit easier to sleep. But there's nothing better than testing yourself, testing your equipment, and just seeing what it can handle. You know, as long as you're safe, you're careful, you're not putting yourself into any ridiculously dangerous situations, just enjoy it, enjoy nature and enjoy the elements. So it is quite a strong gust, especially in a tent like this where you've only got one main arch pole. You know, some interesting debate recently about 4-season tents. Do we need to revisit the season ratings? You know, let's open up that debate below this video. You know, are the US season ratings compatible with the UK? Does it need a bit of an overhaul? Who knows? Do different countries rate the tents based on, for example, snow loading as opposed to wind? Again, I don't know. I think the main issue here in the UK is wind. Our fells and mountaintops are pretty much devoid of trees and not many natural windbreaks, whereas, for example, in the US, you've got a lot more tree cover, and, you know, wind resistance maybe isn't the highest priority in tents. It's a really interesting topic and nothing to beat anyone over the head with, because we're all learning at the end of the day. And it's a good debate to be had, especially with UK tent manufacturers. I have to say that I've experienced various conditions now in quite a wide range of tents, and my strongest tent without shadow of a doubt is the Hylleberg Solo, especially in the black label variant. Those of you might say, well, it bent a pole you know, the other month in the Lake District. Well, that can happen. I think it was a faulty section of pole personally, but it's the strongest tent I've had and I can't fault it, other than the weight, which, you know, doesn't bother me. You know, I bring 3 or 4 cans of beer up on most camps, so, you know, I'm not really going to complain at, you know, the weight of carrying a Solo black label up on the top of a fell. So yeah, what are your thoughts? I think it's an interesting topic for a live stream as well. Ratings for tents, do we need to look at it? Does it need overhauling? Does it need refreshing? Who knows? I'm gonna just eat the last of my food and say goodnight on this one. If the weather turns bad, I'll turn the camera back on and try and film what I can, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning everyone. Not a bad night's sleep, a little bit disturbed. Started with a bit of a bad headache, bit of a migraine coming on, and I've got no more headache tablets left, so I'm just taking on a load of fluids. I'm not having breakfast, I'm not actually eating anything, just getting as many fluids on board as I can. It's a lovely, well, I think we've missed the sunrise, but there was some nice light just on the low cloud there. Lovely morning. The winds picked up again last night, but nothing too bad, nothing worthy of filming. Then they died down again, so the good thing is the rain has gone off as well, so the tent isn't absolutely soaking wet. Well, I feel a little bit better now. I've just had a little bit of a walk down the shore. There's a big herd of red deer. Sod's law, I didn't have the camera, and if I turn you around, there's no way you're going to be able to see. The lens doesn't zoom enough, but a lovely herd, must be about 30 of them. A nice sight to see. There's some still grazing. I don't know whether I can zoom in on the footage. I'll try when I'm editing it, but yeah, lovely sight. There's a bit of weather heading in, so I'm going to make the most of this lull. Get the tent packed away whilst it's relatively dry, but all that is coming toward us. So yeah, let's make the most of this window, get packed up, and then we'll sign off. So that's it, the end of another fantastic wild camp in the Lake District National Park. I really hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, it'd be great if you could just give it a quick thumbs up. If you want to comment, that would be great too. I always reply to every single one. And yeah, go and enjoy the great outdoors yourself. Get out there, escape the madness, and, you know, just come and have some peace and tranquility. There's nothing better than it, and our younger generation, let's get them out too, enjoying it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next adventure, and take care.